It's been pretty bleak for Donny van de Beek. The Dutchman's struggles since he joined Manchester United have been well documented, and it sums up his misfortune that not even a reunion with Ajax mentor Erik ten Hag has been able to bring out the best of him. Van de Beek hasn't been helped by another lengthy injury layoff that has seen him miss the last 30 matches, but even before that setback he was struggling for consistency in the United side. The 26-year-old revealed this week he is not far away from a return after the freakish extent of his injury, when his leg buckled under a challenge from Bournemouth defender Marcos Senesi back in January. Van de Beek was ruled out for the season after the setback, and despite the recent encouragement over his rehabilitation period, it still looks unlikely he will feature again before preseason. It raises a question we have already been faced with many times before. What's next for Van de Beek at Old Trafford? There is an argument he should be given one final lifeline due to the fact that this season has been hampered so heavily by injury and he hasn't had a fair chance to make the most of it. Ten Hag is still an admirer of the midfielder and knows just how good he can be, but patience is running out for a player who is nearing 3 years at the club without much to show for it. It's either he fights and proves himself in this environment or he goes, but for me, there is still a way for him, Ten Hag stated last November. But it's not going to be easy for him because the competition there is really strong. The World Cup break didn't do him any favors by halting his momentum, and club football had barely resumed by the time he suffered his season-ending injury. Ten Hag defended Van de Beek's underwhelming performance against Aston Villa earlier in the season by stating he did what he wanted from a no. 10, but admitted he wasn't at the levels he had displayed at Ajax. He added, "I have seen he is not on the scoring list, he is not on the assist list and he can do better. He is still not there on his limits. I have seen him better in the past, definitely. But I think positioning-wise he is acting quite well, but he has to make that step with pace and intensity." Van de Beek could well still have a role to play if his rehabilitation goes well, and there is even a sense that he could help solve the club's need for another creative midfielder, though this still feels like wishful thinking. After such a long spell out, expectations must be eased, and Van de Beek might even benefit more from a move to a club where he can have a fresh start rather than fighting for a rotational role at United. Even after his recent struggles, he is still a player that many top sides would like to have, and the real challenge for him now is to try and remind everyone why he was so highly rated in the past. There have been occasional glimpses of that during his time in England, though the main problem has been how inconsistent his playing time has been. Van de Beek has made just 60 appearances in his 3 seasons and has only started 6 Premier League matches for the club during that time. He has featured just 10 times this season, totaling just 292 minutes during that time. It means Christian Eriksen has already played more minutes than Van de Beek has in a United shirt, despite joining last summer and having missed 17 matches himself this season. While it is easy enough to say he deserves another chance next season, his track record doesn't serve as evidence of why he actually should be getting one. That is the dilemma that Ten Hag has to solve this summer as he considers what to do next with a player he adored so much during their time together at Ajax. If there is one manager who can get the best out of him, then it is the United boss, but he is also the man who probably knows the most wherever he is really worth another roll of the dice too.
Now